Holy Christ, what am I watching? That's what Michael Elliott said in the second match of NAWA. Well, what you're watching is excellent wrestling entertainment. That is what we get this week. And it is, after we've seen Guy Tonight, and Golden Gladiator 2, who cost Big Donny his championship against the Silver Fox, unrepentant this week. Unrepentant. He will get his just desserts, and later on Big Donny says, wherever you go, I'll be there. You have to catch up with me sometime down the road. Yep, it's a date with destiny for Golden Gladiator 2. Now, this is in Excitement Pro Wrestling from Boiling Springs. Now, you know, many years ago, Steve Smith's Rambling Reviews, that's me folks, used to watch American Pro Wrestling, and I really enjoyed it. Not always for the wrestling, but I always enjoyed it. Now, EPW, Excitement Pro Wrestling, not EPW out of Mississippi, M's, S's, I's, P's. I's again. That's a different one. Excitement Pro Wrestling looks like it's something that might have replaced it. And so I went and had a look on YouTube, and we've still got American Pro Wrestling. I'm going to have to watch some of this. Boiling Springs. I'd forgotten all about it. So Curtis is not there, and we've got Dugat and Farfo versus 864, who are the locals in the EPW promotion. So they're having a bit of a hello, come in. Nice to see you. Why don't you do something in our promotion instead? Oh, that would be lovely. Thank God. So all of that. We've got Dugat and Farfo, two big fellas, as you know, making a real mess of 864. So the roving camera, by the way, has got a bit of a fuzzy photo. The hard camera, nice. Very nice. Now, so Dugat gets a Samoan drop, which Asher Reigns sells. It's a sudden Samoan drop. There's a hip attack, a nasty suplex, it's a holy Christ. Yeah, quite nice. Trying to change it up a bit, Michael. Trying to change it up. It's become a thing now, hasn't it? You know, so I'm always saying it, aren't I? So that's a nasty hip attack from Farfo, nasty suplex, then a kick to the back from Dugat. Asher Reigns is taking a lot of punishment here. Shoulder tackle from Dugat. But then, if only they could stay on the same page, they would definitely have this match won. But Farfo and Dugat cannot do that. Dugat cannot do that. And they argue. They argue all the time. They argue several times in this match. So that allows Asher Reigns to get a tag. In comes Code Black, his compatriot in the tag team of 864, which is the code, the area code for where they are. And he's got a lovely counter DDT, but only for a 1 count. Farfo throws him to his partner as if to say, go on. I can manage you. Just bring anybody in. I don't really care. Nasty Uranagi from Dugat. He really planted him almost through the mat, you know. But then they argue again. And of course, it's wrestling entertainment, folks. 864, cover them both. When they roll them up, cover them. Double pin. There you go. Good wrestling entertainment. And, you know, you knew that 864 were going to win this because Dugat and Farfo was so well on top. So well on top, that's what happens. Couldn't think of a word then. But that's what happens with wrestling entertainment, and I love it. Now, later on, Luke Fury will fight Caleb Crocker, but he tells Guy Tonight, not tonight, right there and then, that he's confident against him. We'll have that later on. Pony Johnson, the Moonshine Express, though, will face Peterbilt. Not seen him for ages. Peterbilt is a big dude, you see. And the closers, Myrick Moore, the Irish Hand Grenade, is barrel-chested and battle-tested. I love that. Almost as much as I love the Slim Reaper. That's Zay Vega's little bit, isn't it? And Derek Driver. So, there is a bit of a pose down to begin with. Peterbilt is in the gym a lot, isn't he? And BNB, the big nasty bastard, walks past the gym to get some more moonshine. So he poses, does Peterbilt. Of course he does, because he is built. So big nasty bastard wants to do a bit of that as well. Takes down one strap and poses himself. which brings Michael Elliott to the "Holy Christ, what am I watching?" line. I thought the same thing, particularly when I saw BMB's Uncle Elmer. I don't like that. I'm not massively keen on that. Belly bump. And then a noogie, yeah. Dusty Wolf is in, of course. Dusty Money is in, of course. Not Dusty Wolf. That's somebody else. Dusty Money is in, the high-flying hillbilly, who actually rides Myrick Moore, former champion at NAWA, folks, like some kind of hoss. He gets posted. Bilt gets a choke. The crowd are angry. They're really febrile, actually, in these matches. Moore gets a headbutt. There's a suplex to Dusty Money. Pony Johnson does tag, but the ref doesn't see it. It's agonising. And then we've got a Peterbilt standing moonsault. He's a big fella. Got quite a low centre of gravity, but he's a big fella. And then there's a Dusty Money springboard elbow. Can't follow it up. Pony, though, does with the flying elbow for the pin. It was really good action. And then we've got your main event. And the crowd are loving this because they hate Caleb Crocker, who's got Ben Wright with him. They are the Heritage Wrestling Alliance Tag Champions. They're called The Usual Suspects, so I must have a look at that. Now, Caleb Crocker's not happy that the fans dislike him. And well, you would be, wouldn't you? You would be a bit cheesed off, I suppose. So there's an arm bar and an arm bar reversal, several of them. Early on, Caleb Crocker is called Betty Crocker by the fans. Yeah, that chant. He bails, or rather gets his head between the ropes to stop the match. But Luke Flurry, he has one. He sweeps the legs of Caleb Crocker out from under him, so he smacks against the apron and then takes a dive, which takes both tag team members, tag team champions, out. Not to the zoo, not for a pizza, onto the cold stone floor. Yes, but Caleb Crocker isn't finished. He throws Luke Fury, who's the smaller guy, onto the concrete and then really throws him into the ring post. I mean, he really smacks him one. There was a choke on the guardrail from Mr. Crocker and a headlock, which was worked nicely. Fury came back with some shots, but there was a big boot which cut him off for a 2 count. Wright then gets a big choke from the outside, which you might expect. And then Crocker, clear choke in front of the referee. And he's got a 5 count to get out of there, so that's fair enough, really. Gets a flip and then sends Luke Fury, well, sold by Luke Fury, for a loop with a clothesline. That was lovely. The ref sees Crocker's feet on the ropes and he kind of implores the ref, but with his shin over the throat of Luke Fury. Because he's imploring the ref doesn't see it. That's great. I love it. He's got #heel, which AJ Frost, my favourite heel of last year, wears on his t-shirt. He's got it too. They might be from the same stable. Who knows? Wright then throws Fury into the guardrail again, but Fury's back with a slap. Crocker gets some kicks. There's a double clothesline. They're both down. But Fury's up with some clotheslines, a springboard back elbow. However, Crocker cuts that off with a spear as Fury comes off the second rope and gets a 2.999 recurring for that. But Fury's big boot puts Caleb Crocker down, hits a springboard moonsault, a mingboard spoonsault. Nice one. That sounds even better for a 2.999 of his own. I love the nasty, nasty neck on the knee. Kind of a shoulder breaker with a neck on the knee from Caleb Crocker. There's a kick out, though, from Luke Fury. Crocker can't quite believe it. So he goes to get the tag belt, goes to smack him one, misses. There's an off-the-top cutter by Luke Fury onto the belt. The crowd are loving this because they love it so much. They love Fury so much. Because, of course, he's the face here, isn't he? He's the good guy. And he hits that frog splash for the pin. That main event was rather good. And so is NAWA. Holy Christ, what am I watching? Great wrestling action. Ta-ta.